Well, it's spring and you're opening up your pool for the year, or you're a brand new pool owner, kind of just starting things up for the first time. I have 4 tips that I want to go over, things that you're probably not doing or not thinking to do right now, which you could be doing, and there's benefits to do so. Let's talk about them. The first thing that you want to kind of keep your finger on the pulse of is the water level in your swimming pool. It would be really easy to just not pay attention to that and kind of like, oh, hey, am I losing water? I don't know. Now you got to begin some process. What I like to do, I've just started up my pool for the season, or it's a brand new pool I'm just filling and starting. Whenever I turn off the hose and that's the water level, mark that water level. And a convenient way to mark that would be the skimmer faceplate. Like pretty much every swimming pool has a rectangular skimmer, and you can do 2 things. You can use a black piece of electrical tape and kind of put it above the water level such that the water level is just touching the bottom of it. And it's, helpful if it's not a super windy day when you do that. Or you could just use a pencil. That's kind of what my go-to was for years. Just take a pencil and draw the line right at the water level, because it'll just wipe off later, no problem at all. And either one of these methods is going to allow you to, at a glance, see where your water level is. Like 24 hours from now, come back out and look at that water level. It should be the tiniest amount lower. If it's like an inch lower and you have like a 20 by 40 swimming pool, well, 1 inch of water in a 20 by 40 pool, that's 500 gallons of water that went somewhere in the last 24 hours. That would be a problem, and you'd know about it right away because you're monitoring the water level in your swimming pool. So here's another tip I want to give you. You've just started up the pool for the season, or it's a brand new pool startup. You've got everything going, the pump's primed, everything's running, and you're like, so that's it, just walk away? Yep, definitely, just walk away. But 24 hours later, or let's say some amount of time up to 24 hours later, go back and inspect for leaks. There could be small leaks that aren't big enough for you to visually see standing here upon startup, or it could be that the cold water causes the pipes and the fittings to contract ever so slightly, and maybe what wasn't leaking before is leaking just a little bit now. So it's actually pretty common after you start up a pool system for the first time of the year or ever to come back after a day or so and tighten up all the unions. Like, don't use channel locks and tighten them, just by hand. And what you'll probably notice is all of your union connections to like your pump or to your valves, you'll be able to tighten those unions a little bit more than you could before there was water inside of these pipes. Tip number 3 that you really should be doing here. So you're starting up the pool, everything's running, test the water. And if you're like, well, I just take my water down to the local store and they test it for free, it's actually a pretty convenient thing. I would do the same. But you know what you should do is you should be able to test your water. Like at bare minimum, do you have some test strips? I don't even really endorse them because this is not a reliable or accurate way to test your water, but it is pretty fast and convenient, and I definitely use them myself. Maybe not for alkalinity and pH, but a quick check to make sure I've got some sanitizer. Are my chlorine levels where I want them to be? Quick dunk. And if I see there's no chlorine in the water, well, that was useful to me. I learned that quickly. But realistically, as a new pool owner or somebody managing this pool, you should learn some basic water chemistry, at least to the extent you should be able to test the water at home. I recommend a Taylor Technology water test kit. The yellow and red droppers? That's actually a really great way to test your swimming pool water. And even if you go to a water lab and have your water tested for you, which I also recommend, maybe just learn how to kind of double check the numbers as you're going along. Make a fun game of it. Test your water yourself and then bring your water in and see just how close you were able to get to the results that they get with the much more expensive, digital spin lab or whatever technology your local water lab is using to test your pool water for you. Okay, tip number 4. It's maybe not even a tip, but I see it so often it warrants mentioning, and it's simply this. Pressure wash your swimming pool deck. Like if this is a seasonal pool you open for the year, pretty much any kind of pool cover, almost all of them, save for lock-in style pool covers, overlap onto the pool deck somewhat. And that's going to leave unsightly stains on concrete and stone and flagstone and all kinds of stuff. And all of these would be improved greatly by pressure washing them. Be careful. Do not pressure wash into the pool. Definitely don't do that. Go well out of your way to pressure wash your pool deck away from your swimming pool. This is the idea here. And you know what? While you got that pressure washer out, as it turns out, that's a really great tool for cleaning. Do you have a diving board? Does it look kind of grungy and you sprayed it with a garden hose and, you know, maybe even tried some sort of detergent and it just doesn't look great? A pressure washer can do wonders to making a diving board look almost new again. And that goes for a lot of stuff around your swimming pool, like if you have white plastic steps. All of the stuff that's above the water line is, you know, probably a little grungy. A light pressure wash, specifically light. You're not trying to like carve your initials in with this laser beam of a pressure washer, but light pressure washing of the pool deck, the pool steps, the pool diving board, all this stuff will pay dividends in making your pool look a lot better. It blows my mind when I look at people's swimming pools in the middle of summer and I can just see as clear as day all the straps from the safety cover that they had covering their pool all winter. All of that could go away with a light pressure wash. You'd be done in a few hours tops, and it's actually kind of like a fun and rewarding process to do. You usually don't have to twist somebody's arm to get out there and pressure wash something. It's one of those strangely fun and rewarding hobbies. Well, I hope you found these 4 tips helpful, and if you did, please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can check out my website, swimmingpoolsteve.com.